Zyloware family, hello. Welcome to our first Live at 5. My name is Janiec, VP of Marketing here at Zyloware as we celebrate 100 years of Zyloware. Hi, Jen! And welcoming all the Zyloware family. Again, my name is Janiec, VP of Marketing, and you are seeing the first Live at 5. I'm so excited and honored to have our newest partner to the Zyloware family and portfolio. The brand is called CEV, Clear Eye View Eyewear. And here he is to join us, Jamal A. Robinson, who is co-CEO and founder. And we're going to be talking everything behind the scenes. Maybe he'll give you like the skinny on what's going on with CEV Eyewear, some new trends, and also about Black Business Month and why it's so important to not only CEV, but the Zyloware family. And why did he even partner with Zyloware marketing, right? So let's get Jamal on. I just invited you. Oh, there you are. Welcome.
What's up? How you doing?
Great. How are you? Oh, I love sporting the eyewear in the back. I have mine too, but you can see all my little.
I love it.
Yeah.
It looks great. Looks great.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day here. Sun's out. I'm with you. I can't ask for anything else.
Yeah. Well, at Zyloware, it's a beautiful day every day. So, yeah. So, welcome. We're so excited to have been partnered with you. And it's been a few years now. And we're learning more and more about each other. And we just want to dive in around CEV, who you are, and why Black Business Month clearly is an important topic. And how can we partner, support, and be advocates?
Yeah.
I know that's a lot of questions.
No, it's perfect, and I appreciate it. It's, I think just this conversation itself is why, we love partnering and working with Zyloware. It's all about how we can grow and build and learn together. So for those of you that may not know, my name is Jamal Robinson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of CEV Collection. We create elevated eyewear with culturally inspired design. And Zyloware, as Jackie mentioned, is one of our partners. And, Jamie from the beginning started out as just my mentor. We met initially just by connection because I knew the work that Zyloware was doing with Shaq. And so I reached out, wanted to get guidance. And if you guys know Jamie, open arms, open heart, willing to share all that he can to help others. And so it really built organically from those type of conversations into, there was a real business opportunity for us to collaborate and build together. So happy to dive more into that, but, excited to spend time with you today.
Me too. And Jamie's on, so.
I love it. What's
Same
up, Jay?
Zylo guy. Anyone in the industry know Jamie Shire? He is Zylo guy. You can follow and give him a wave. We love that.
Love it.
And we have lots of Zyloware family on here too, and you know a lot of them. So one important thing about when Zyloware partners with somebody, and when we talk about family, we really make you part of the family. So it's like you're in it for life now. So yay or not yet?
I love it.
Whatever, Jamal, you're in it. You're with us for life. So
I'm with it.
That's awesome. We have tons of Zyloware family on here, so thank you all for showing up. So let's talk a little bit more about the creation of CEV and Clear Eye View, and if you can tell all the listeners, how did it come about?
So, as I mentioned, I co-founded CEV. My partner and business partner is Jalen Smith. So football season's kicking off. He plays for the New Orleans Saints, but we're actually from the same home city, Fort Wayne, Indiana. So Jay's very entrepreneurial. So along with what he does on the field, which is a professional athlete, he has diverse business interests. And his mentor and also business manager is also from Fort Wayne, Indiana, our hometown. So Jay, coming out of University of Notre Dame, had a mantra since, high school, clear eye view. And so Mike was like, I know somebody that is in the eyewear space. Let's see if it makes sense for us to collaborate and potentially build something together. And Jay and I hit it off, similar to, the conversations I had with Jamie. We just had a lot of alignment. And, the overarching, you mentioned Black Business Month, both being Black entrepreneurs, we saw an opportunity in the overarching eyewear market to be a catalyst for Black ownership in the eyewear industry, which there is good momentum, but there's more that can be done as far as representation for Black businesses, Black suppliers in the market space. So, that as like our core ethos was why Jay and I teamed up originally. And so we wanted to build a brand around that mantra, clear eye view. And, the short of it is we believe everything in life is possible with a clear eye view and what we consider a focused vision. And so we wanted to take our product and have that be the actual centerpiece of that brand mantra. And so we started solely just online, direct to consumer, handful of pieces. And we've grown our online business over time to add more styles. And then when we looked at the opportunity to enter the optical market, obviously you can go one of two ways. You can build it yourself, which is one way to do it, or you can partner with experts and grow that way. So as I mentioned, Jamie and I had really started to build a really great friendship. He was a mentor. And so as we started exploring this, I went to him and was sharing these ideas. And it so happened that, it was right timing for, Zyloware potentially looking at some potential, expansion opportunities and what the market was saying that, they needed. And then also alignment with what, CEV and what we were building, what we've built, matched up perfectly. So Jalen and I, that's how we started. That was the core of CEV. And again, from not only just the Black business perspective, but we also knew that there was an opportunity to design frames that, fit properly and that were designed with, our flair. Again, that's where that culturally inspired design comes from. So all those things, combined together led us to where we're at right now.
Yeah, and I think it's super important that you said how everything aligns, because Zyloware and CV, Jamal, Jalen, and your entire team, we do align on values. And now, because there's 100, you could have gone to so many optical suppliers. Now, yes, I think we're the best,
Yeah.
but I might be biased after 17 years. So like, whatever. But we are the best, right? So when you partnered with us, I'm sure there's other places to go. But what I've noticed and seen in the marketplace, like what you're saying, is that consumers care now about what the brand values, what the brand stands for, the missions of brands. And it's nice to see that not only does the brand name and the people behind it, but also the people who design and distribute it align and stand for a cause instead of just another, direct-to-consumer brand out there that you can buy.
100%. That's important for us, and I think that's just a way that we think about business too, right? So everybody on our team, we just got back from a great show in Atlanta this past weekend at InvestFest, and Charles was down there, Noble was down there, Chichi was down there, Mike was down there. And everybody that we surround ourselves with really have to, align not only from a business standpoint. I think you nailed it. You can do business with anybody, but if you don't have that internal value alignment, because there's going to be ebbs and flows of business, right? There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. But really, what makes that even kill is that value alignment. So, you can celebrate the wins and that's great. But then also when there's learnings, we all have a center base to come back to. So the value alignment is really important. And I think, again, to stress for us, everyone from, the product side to management and leadership, Chris, Jamie, John, and marketing with you, and the sales team, everybody that is at Zyloware really aligns with CEV. And it's been an amazing partnership. And I think that's why we've seen the early success that we've seen.
Exactly. And we do have a eclectic bunch here. So that's a great thing.
Yeah.
And again, when you come into the family, you come into the family. And like you mentioned, what you're wearing or I'm wearing, yes, I love them, right? And I love that also they can be unisex, but let's be honest, the others can make this too. But again, it's partnering with the right people and the family that bringing the brand to market feels good. And yeah, when everyone's successful and there's big parties going on, like our 100-year celebration,
Yeah.
if you weren't there, check us out on wearezyloware.com to get the behind the scene pictures and video. Sorry, just a little plug. And then when things aren't as great, because like you said, there's ebbs and flows, and in the business, if we can then work together, pivot, discuss and have open and honest conversations, that leads to longevity, because we're not in it for like, one and done kind of brand, and Zyloware has never done that. We have extended partnerships, Sophia Loren since 1980 and Stetson since 1982. So we're in it for the relationship building and the partnership, not just the quick profit and the buck.
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
Plug in Zyloware.
I agree. I think that's the, Zyloware is 100 years old, right? So if we look at what Jalen and I want to build and what we're building and our team, we always, in any decision, try to take the long view approach. I think that's just a principal way to look at business, look at decisions, look at opportunities, is have the long view. And when you zoom out, that's where the picture is. Like if you zoom in, you can get lost in the highs and the lows, and but then when you zoom out, it totally shifts, no pun intended, the perspective. And that's the consistency, again, of what Zyloware has built. That's attractive. Like you have 100-year-old business. You guys are planning to be here another 100 years, right? So that's again the core part of the way Jay and I think about business and what we're building with CEV Collection, but also again with Zyloware as well.
Yeah. Well, the company will be around 100. I will not. Maybe Jamie will, because that guy just like,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Jamie, you're just always going to be here. Always going to be here.
Yeah.
So can we dive in just a little bit about the product? Because first of all, you have a whole lot behind you. I have these. Is there anything that you and Jalen thought about when going into the design aspects?
Yeah, so I would say from our perspective, again, that culturally inspired aspect, taking trends and what we see on the grassroots streets level from hip hop, from fashion influences, from right now we're exploring and have dived into the retros, like 90s are really big right now. So from a design aspect, and then I know the Zyloware team in collaboration, built what we take to market based on the CEV ethos, which is amazing. And then from the actual like fit and functionality is like, we know there's an opportunity in the market that not all face shapes are created the same. But if you're not intentionally designing with unique, diverse face shapes in mind, then you will not hit the mark. Right, so that's something that we take into consideration. I know the Zyloware design team does as well in collaboration with us. Is like, hey, let's make sure that we are addressing a need in the market, and where we're not putting a square peg in a round hole type of situation, but we really create that square peg in that square hole, to where we're addressing a consumer need, we're addressing an overarching market need, and we're addressing a brand need. Right, so all those things in combination, I think you see in the manifestation of our product. And I know it's something like, again, working with the team is really good to get insight on, but also feedback, so we can continue to, address the customer's needs. As long as we keep that in mind, we keep the customer in mind first place, customers always got a seat at the table, then, we'll continue to see the success that we've seen so far.
So well said. Everyone just take what Jamal just said, and that's exactly what goes into all the designing aspects. Always a spring hinge. I know it
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like the little things, but if you don't have this, put them back.
It's
Um,
yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that.
it's the little things that fit means a whole lot,
A lot.
and having more than one pair is essential, right? Especially when you talk about culturally diverse designs. Who just wears one pair of frames anymore?
I,
I hope
I,
no one on the slide does.
This,
Please
this is
focus on yourselves.
this is one of my favorites. This is the 111Z frame. You see, it's a clear acetate frame. We got the blue accents in the front. The temple is clear acetate. Another one of my favorites. This is the 104M. This is a beautiful frame. This is an all metal frame. Did some unique color gradient with the lens here. Starts at a light brown, goes to a faded blue. But again, these are, you can't have more, or less than one pair. As you see, I got a few behind
You
me.
have a few back there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
ditto,
I
ditto.
got a
And I
few
love
behind me.
for, again, women and men. I know it's a position more towards men, but if with this detailing, I don't know if you can see these cool, like cross stitching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're gonna hate me. And this, and of course, nose pads, and it just looks love, love,
And
love, love.
people ask me all the time, and we've gotten customer feedback about this. Is like, is it for men or is it for women? And my answer has always been the same. It's all about fit, right? There's men that have narrow faces, and there's women that have narrow faces. There's men that have maybe larger faces, and then women that have larger faces. And it's not a size thing. It's just what feels good to you. And I know from the customer feedback, and from the customer feedback is, yes, we are positioned in the retailers that we're in, as far as, a men's section, but, we know, and, from the sales is that, women also love CEV, whether it be the design, whether it be the fit. We're creating that space in the market that we're filling. So it is a men's collection, but it's also all the above collection. It all comes down to your personal style. You wear glasses, like, I wear my glasses probably, over 8 hours a day, right? So you gotta wear something that you love. You gotta wear something that you feel good about. And when you put them on in the morning, it's kind of like what I call, Superman putting on his cape, right? It's like you transform. And what the whole message around CEV and Clear Eye View is that, when people put on their CEVs, they're empowered to go out and take over their day. They're empowered to go out and, seize the moment. And that's the mantra that we want to, people to embody when they wear our product. Is like, it's not just the product, but you're really like transforming into, hey, you got your day set out, go out and conquer it. Or maybe you had a rough start to your day. Boom, you put on your CEVs. Now you feel good. You feel energized. You remind yourself of what you're up to in the world. You have that focused vision. So, that's really the message that we really, try to communicate with everybody that wears our product and the brand that we're building.
Makes sense. And it feels good. And like you said, it feels good. If fit and fashion, you can have fit and fashion, people, and it's right here,
Yeah.
fit and fashion. And thank you for your mantra, clear eye view. It feels really good to say as well. And let's hit on again Black Business Month. And what does that mean to CEV? What does it mean to you personally?
Well, I think it's important to always highlight Black businesses in America specifically. So, business is one of the drivers for wealth creation. Simply put, America itself is a capitalistic society. And so when we look at the discrepancies of wealth creation, specifically in Black or diverse communities, you see there's a huge variance, right? That trends that, non-diverse communities are, historically and currently wealthier than those that are not. There's a lot of factors that play into that, but one of that is business ownership. And so it's really important for me, and CEV, again, why Jay and I teamed up is, to have a voice in that conversation, to have conversations like this, to talk about the importance of Black business ownership. So Black Business Month, similar to Black History Month, it is an important month to highlight, discuss, and talk about Black business ownership. And all the great things that are being done, but also continue to acknowledge and address the issues or challenges that come with being a Black business owner, whether that be access to capital, which you need capital to either start, grow, or sustain your business, and also the premise of more at the table brings more access to those that may not have it. And what I mean by that is the collaborative effect of Black business ownership, Black business owners. Historically, and again, going back, if you're a Black business owner, you may be one of few or one of none. But realizing the opportunity as Black business owners collaborating together, and not to say or not to just say that there's only one seat at the table for a Black business owner. Give you an example: the eyewear industry. I'm part of a group of Black business owners, Black business brands, that share information, share knowledge, share resources together, and that's what it's about. There's a thought that is being broken, specifically in the Black community, that there can only be one at the top, or there can only be a handful at the top, or there can only be a few. When really, that's not the case at all. So Black Business Month is important to me, and it's important to CEV, and I think it's important. I know it's important to the Black business community because, one, it goes back to that first part. I think being in America, which is where we're based, it's a capitalistic society. And business ownership is one of the ways that you can generate and also pass down wealth, simply put. And, historically speaking, the opportunities that I have, I know that my, grandparents did not have, whether that be, again, in starting a business and growing a business, and, with the long-term goal of being passed down the resources that have generated from this business. So it's a full circle, full circle moment. Conversations we need to be having all the time. And again, what it does is it brings this subject to the top of the list as far as conversational pieces. So I think it's a bigger picture. But also, I want to acknowledge the fact that it's progress. So even looking at our industry, when we're looking at, again, what Zyloware has done with CEV, how many other companies can look at where they're investing their resources and say, how many diverse minority suppliers or partners do we have? And what that does is generate the dollar within the ecosystem. So, if you look at some brands have made a what's called a 15% pledge. So whether it's a retail side or if it's a partnership side, that 15% of their profits or their dollars are going to be invested into minority ventures. So that's the importance that I see of Black Business Month. Again, for it to be a vehicle to talk and have conversations like this, and also as a Black business owner, to be aware and collaborate with other Black business owners to say, we're more together than separate. And so that's it's important for me. I know it's important for Jay. It's important for what we're doing at CEV Collection, and it's important for the broader conversation of the market, but also the industry specifically that we're in the eyewear industry.
And for sure, the collaboration is probably, hands on agree, number one. And there's, while progress in the optical industry, I've been in here for a long time, definitely having you a part of it is just making us move forward. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know some of my friends that too, Terrence, who I love, and
yes.
His new business venture. We love him. So we're here to support you at Zyloware. So how can we support, or how would you like to be supported?
Well, I think, the first part is, how we became partners is, I think it's always a threefold process: know, like, and trust, right? Once you get to know someone, then you begin to like them, and then you begin to trust them. And with trust, anything is possible, right? So I think as an industry, we have to have these conversations, because you have to be aware and attack, or address the issues or the opportunities. That's how I would consider them, the opportunities. And then, as again, the premise of how we partner with Zyloware is you begin to know. You go a layer deeper. Those were the conversations. Terrence, speaking of, who's a friend and mentor of mine, made sure he opened tons of doors because he was a credible individual in the industry, and the rooms he was in, I know on many times, he made sure, hey, Jay, you got to be here. You got to do this. You got to make this introduction. And then and the same thing with Jamie. So once Jamie and I spent time together, he knew me. He knew the core of what we were looking to do at CEV. And then there was trust that was established. So I think it's those three steps. So that's the premise that I would say is, well, how can we support CEV? And again, I'm here, but what you should see behind me and with me is other Black, minority diverse suppliers throughout the ecosystem of the eyewear industry. So it starts with you got to know, you got to like, know, and trust. So I think those are the steps that we should continue to take. And I would say for those listening, or that those who see this, you take those three steps and build relationships with, again, suppliers like CEV in collaboration with Zyloware, or potentially other suppliers, right? Or, maybe it's not on the frame side, maybe it's on a different side of the industry or the spectrum. I think those are the three steps that any brand and business should take. And that's what I would ask for as far as how we continue to support CEV. And of course, if there's any opportunities for us to be in consideration for partnership on the retail side, we've got some great retail partners that we work with. We'd love that opportunity, right? I think that's how we continue to grow is we invest in retail partners, invest through purchasing the CEV product, and then the market, I'm sure, will respond correctly.
Beautifully said. And of course, we're getting CEV to know. And then once you know CEV, of course, you just like. Yeah. You just like, because
you like
look at the face. How can you like, and then you just learn to trust. And I tell people all the time, talk to somebody that doesn't look like you. Please, just go out there and explore and be curious and ask questions. And as you can see, everyone, Jamal is happy to answer any questions. Feel free, go like CEV Collection. We'll, of course, tag you here. DM questions. Does anyone have a question now? Feel free to put it in the comments. We'll give it a second with that, but it's been I love your know, like, trust, and just to build it.
No, that's because that's, again, when we talk about the the alignment, that's where the trust factor comes in, right? So when you have that, then there's alignment, and with trust, anything is possible. That's the beauty of it. So I really believe in know, like, trust, and that's what I think is the next step as a broader industry we continue to take is once we address the opportunity, you take it a level deeper, and you like it, or it may not be a fit, but if you do, you take it a level deeper, and then that third level is the trust. And I think there is opportunity for the industry to take those three steps and continue to build upon, the foundation that I know has been established for sure.
Yeah, and it feels, I'm sure, great to be a leader in this space, and that is what you are. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that. It is special, and I do think think we have a responsibility with the opportunities that we've been afforded in building our business from the retail side and also from a brand side. that we take onus of that responsibility for not only ourselves, but again, other diverse brands and suppliers. And, we continue to open doors, whatever doors that we can, continue to be a resource for others. And I think a rising tide lifts all boats. I believe that. So, I appreciate that.
You have two questions. We have one, are we open to collabs with an up-and-coming content creator? Yes, always. I know on the Zyloware side, feel free to DM Zyloware, or I'm sure CEV Collection. I think you're open to seeing, again, if our values align. What has been your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur?
It's a great question, Kerwin. Appreciate that. The biggest challenge as an entrepreneur is you got to break through imposter syndrome. You got to break through, and imposter syndrome is, believing that you can really do what you set out to do. And when you get opportunities, as doors continue to open, that you feel and and I know I belong there. Right. So, and that's a mindset shift. And even with the success that we've had, I still have to be very mindful on how I control my thoughts, keeping positive thoughts. Again, when things go well and doors and opportunities open, having the mindset of, hey, this is where we're supposed to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. And I think that's also, honestly, a good thing. Just being able to address the mindset challenge of the growth of a business, and then also the challenges of a business. I think if your mind is clear and you have that perspective, again, to address the things head on, then anything is possible. So, like I mentioned, with the Black Business Month and highlighting, what it takes to grow a business, whether it be access to capital, distribution, partners. I think all of those will take care of themselves in some way, shape, or form if the mindset is clear. And, early on, that was something that I had to continue to work on, and I continue to work on. You see some of these books behind me. And also, so I think that's one part. The mindset addresses the biggest challenge. And then also leaning on, like I mentioned, mentors and friends that continue to pour into me. I think when you have those type of resources around you, then the ebb and flow of business challenges can be addressed. And when you're not, and I say me, you don't work out of a silo. So that's one of the biggest challenges. And thankfully, I have mentors like Jamie, Mike Lido, and others that make sure that my mind stays clear. And also, as we continue to grow, we're supposed to be there. That's the space that we're supposed to be in. Yeah.
It just sounds like as an entrepreneur, you have a lot of self-awareness, and to have that self-awareness to even check yourself about where's my mindset. I need the circle of support around me. Really important. And that's what, as I see entrepreneurs in the field, the ones that seem to have the most highest level of self-awareness, is just always a pleasure to be around and be inspired by.
100%, I agree.
That's my 2 cents in there about that.
Love it.
So is CEV available in any Canadian optical stores? If not, are there plans to expand in the Canada market? Yes, and I don't believe in Canada yet.
Yeah, we're not in Canada yet, but if there is interest, send Zyloware an email or DM. We do plan to expand into Canada. I know that for sure. We don't have a timeline or a roadmap yet, but it definitely will happen. So we'd definitely love to keep you in the loop as we explore the Canadian side of our business. But great question. Currently, we are available in the United States in over 500 optical retail locations throughout the country.
And you could always go to wearezyloware.com or zyloware.com to sign up for our newsletter to always get more information and or place an order. We love placing orders on Zyloware.com. Go there, use it. It's a great tool. We're at Zyloware.com. Keep plugging that, right? So thank you so much, Jamal. We really, really appreciate and love you being part of the Zyloware family. So thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you for taking the time and for, being a partner with us on this journey as well. Jackie, you lead marketing, and you ensure that one, our brand is taken to market in the right way, in the proper way. And I know you and your team work really hard to make sure that CEV and the brand that we've built is represented from the product side to how it's communicated in marketing. So really appreciate your partnership and this opportunity to share a little bit of our story with you today.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Helping people see a beautiful day every day here at Zyloware. We are Zyloware.com. See you all soon. Bye, Jamal.
Bye.